It is. Oh, okay, so you're going to record it after our dance? Fine. You missed our dance for everybody online.
That
was.
Tell that one that it's got
Oh,
it
you
too.
got it.
I'm
how
glad
many?
that was
how many
not.
got it do you need?
One here,
one
on
there,
that computer,
and one there. Okay, got it.
Welcome everyone.
It's about building careers worth having, Mike.
And businesses worth owning.
And careers worth having. Well, wait, I just said that one.
It's about these things on the screen.
That was weird doing it. I normally, repetition. Okay. That's our mission. This is our vision.
It is to be
the real estate company of choice for our agents and their clients.
Yes, not customers, clients.
I don't like customers.
Yeah.
Okay. And God and family first, and then business, Mike.
Exactly.
Okay. And lastly, on the Y4C2Ts, actually not lastly, our B is in beliefs.
And we don't go through these each day because you should memorize one of these every day as you walk down the main hallway.
Ooh, I like it. Because success results through our people, Mike.
Hey, win. Which is your favorite?
Equity.
I thought you'd like win-win.
No, Wem.
Or no deal.
That is so funny. But I like that because you are the chair of the equity committee. So perfect.
We'll hear from him later also.
That's right. So
it'll be sweet.
Actually, we never read the second half of this. So Keller Williams thinks like a top producer.
Acts like a trainer consultant.
And focuses on its activities on service.
Productivity.
And profitability.
So everything you need is right here in-house.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
We don't often go there, the perspective. All right. How's the market, Mike?
It went down slightly last week, but that is normal this time of year. So we went under 300 new listings.
And under 500 for new.
Yeah, which is kind of been our thing we've been watching all year of when we're hitting the 500. What's interesting, though, the East agents.
Yep.
Let me change that view. Hang on. Change view. Thumbnail. That went up.
Yeah,
so
64.
Our eastern counties number of listings, and it's weird. The last month when we've gone down, they've gone up. When we've gone up, they've gone down. It's kind of interesting.
I would say it's like two waves, Mike. The first wave, and they kind of follow with the second wave.
So anyway, it's still a lot of contracts being written everywhere.
Yes. All right.
And
boom.
Here is the number of active listings. And again, we put this out every week on the socials. We were hoping to keep going up from the 971. I still think we might hit 1,000. But we're in that sort of strange part of the year.
You can't see that in the back. Basically, it goes from 8/30/2021. You got 923, 947, 955, 971, all going up, and then boom, 958. So this is the first time we've gone down in a while.
But we're going to talk about the fourth quarter and what that can mean for us here in a little bit.
Yes, fourth quarter. Because we're reading multipliers.
Multipliers?
I don't even.
That's for various different riches. It's multipliers.
Like a multi-tool.
Exactly.
Okay. Multipliers is awesome. If you have not read it, the book club, I'm more than halfway through. It's super good. Come join us because it's super fun.
I got mine unwrapped the other day.
It's about basically there are like diminishing type leaders, and then there are leaders that get more than just addition type like growth.
So last week you did Quantum Leap, and one of the big things we talked about is having a focus on the one thing that's most important for you. So I wonder what next month's book is.
Oh, snap. Okay, and if you were in Quantum Leap in here, raise your hand.
Look at all those
1, 2, 3, 4,
Hands
5, 6.
all
Okay, and man, did we talk about the one thing a lot in that? Okay, well, guess what? So Mike set it up that the one thing is actually next month's. Wow.
Yeah.
That was epic. Is our book club of the book club of the month.
It's a book for October.
So for booking it, one thing, don't miss it.
How many of you already own the one thing? Yay. So how many of you have read it before? I'll tell you what, every time you read it, you get something better out of it.
It's true.
And if you don't have it, see Ashley up front. We got a bunch of them.
We do have a bunch of them. So, and they're a great gift for somebody else as well.
Exactly.
So maybe you can just start your own book club from your own database. Ooh, that would be good. That would be good. So there we are, 28th. Only a couple more days left in the month, Mike.
Yes. A couple changes on there. We'll talk about it on Thursday, but the DocuSign class is going just virtual on Thursday, and you'll see why on the next slide.
Yes.
But
well, actually, I have this one on there. I threw you off because obviously we were here last week for the 23rd and 24th, and I'm going down to Branson today, Mike, to go meet with the team leader.
Jumping back, Rachel just put the order form for the one thing on there too.
She's so great.
And Rachel's right now on a regional meeting too, so she's back and forth. She's multitasking like crazy. Fluff the hair.
You're supposed to be able to do that. I have my AirPod listening to my laptop on the regional meeting and facilitating this. So I'm following the one thing, right?
I was going to say that sounds like the opposite of the one thing, but if there's anybody that can multitask better than most, it would be Rachel. So we had Quantum Leap in here last week, super fun. I'm going down to Branson today to talk with the team leader because I think I might want to get one more Quantum Leap in before the end of the year.
So if you know somebody that didn't do it, there's a possibility, maybe December you're thinking?
December. I'm thinking early December, possibly going down to Branson to do it for them because they've never had me do it there. So,
I want to do it. All of my kids are from 21 to 29. Now I have 7 of them. We
That's
had another
insane.
wedding this weekend. I would love for
last
all of them to go through it at that age to understand what they're looking at in life before they get to my age and go, wow.
Well, and we had some kids in here that were literally 18 years old, and their like ahas about the potential trajectory shift of their life was so amazing. I mean, anybody in here that was in here that would be willing to share like what their experience was or what they thought. And we had look, our room was full.
Yeah.
It was a full room in here. It was so great.
And it was cool and comfortable.
Not on the first day. That was brutal. All right. Anybody willing to share something they got from Quantum Leap really quick, and then we'll move forward.
Anyone?
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was okay. So I think I was like the 3rd oldest person in the class, which was a little hard to swallow. Honestly, it was like, wow, crap, I wish I'd had this earlier. But I kept thinking about how it would benefit my kids. So if you do have kids, I have a few that would be open to taking it. And so if you guys offer it again, I might be able to get them there. But it just reminded me again, I needed a mind shift change. And I think it was best for me in that regard. But it did help me get perspective on what my mission in life is, because I've been through a lot of life changes in the last few years. And so it helped me confirm what my calling really is, what I knew it was, but it gave me permission for that to be okay. So.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Very cool. All right. And so we had the graduation, or I would say where is it not going? You clicked something.
Did I touch the wrong?
There we go.
Sorry.
So we took a little picture at the end, which was really fun. And it was really, really great.
Okay. So this Thursday, this just came up. So throw this on your calendar. Rachel, do you want to jump in? You got a little bit more info on this, or are you tied up on the other side?
Yeah, no, I can jump in. So this Thursday, KWRI is wanting to raise money for KW Cares. And so they have brought in top-notch speakers. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but one of the people on the screen is our very own Jen Davis. We'll have Gary Keller, Mark King, who is our president, but he was also in our region to start with. And what they're doing is they're trying to raise money for KW Cares to give back to agents that have financially struggled over the last year, whether due to the pandemic or a natural disaster. So what we're asking is whenever you come and join us on Thursday, it'll be a $15 donation and we'll have a pizza party lunch for everybody. This training will go all day, but we will start it right after our ALC meeting, which will be around 10:30 in the morning. So we hope that you can join us. This is to be 100 times your business, and we're so excited for this event, and it's being pushed out through all of KW.
So awesome.
And the Jen is on there. That's pretty amazing. So
no, that's a powerhouse group right there.
So that just came out to us yesterday. That's why it's short notice going on the calendar, but it's going to be worth it.
Very much so.
And so with that, just want to hit on that DocuSign will be virtual that day. So if you guys were going to attend that class, make sure you just go to Zoom instead.
So just like Rachel, I'm a multitasker also and a procrastinator. Right now, there are 28 things I'm putting off till later.
Oh, wow.
Think about that one.
That's horrible. I can't even right now. You guys, do you see what I have to deal with? Oh, okay. So 2 very important events. Bold. We got free first step.
Yeah. So October 12th is and we've been told it's only 2 or 3 hours. The first step. So if you're on the fence of whether you want to do Bold or not, plan on coming to this because it will help you see what it's about. And the business planning conference, which is the day after. I've even got mine from last year.
Oh.
This helps shape how to build your business and how to look at your numbers. Like on Rachel's class yesterday on Know Your Numbers, you know how many people don't plan on taxes in their first couple of years?
Oh my gosh,
It
it's
gets you
so
in trouble.
sad because then a lot of, I don't even remember the exact percentage, but I think it's even more than half of normal realtors that start in the business don't plan appropriately for taxes and have to file for extensions.
So one reason we're pushing these things. Yes, sir.
That was
we have an example
Brian.
in the room.
Brian learned the hard way.
Okay, so I heard the funniest thing yesterday. most realtors hit this season a year, and the way he said it, Mark King said this yesterday, most realtors turn into a pumpkin in October and don't emerge again until they're an Easter bunny at Easter. This is when most people put on the coast and they're like, hey, it was a great summer. And fourth quarter is when you can grab market share. So that's why we're putting this stuff here. If you will get all in during this last quarter, it can be amazing on how you're set up for 2022.
And honestly, we had Quantum Leap, which is such a great like introductory to the mindset of having what you want and really making the plan for it. But then you got First Steps for Bold, because you've got, honestly, that is a huge aspect of implementation with accountability. And then you've got the Business Planning Clinic, which is the day after, October 13th. And that, man, talk about lining up all the dominoes for real.
Curious, how many of you have trouble staying in touch with your database? Anybody, honestly? There is one thing I learned from Bold last year. Oh, it was 2 years ago, or was it?
No,
it was last
year and a
March.
half ago.
That helped me balance that, because I look at my database, I'm like, there's 6,500 people in here. How can I touch base with all these? One simple thing I learned out of that coordinated all of it. So Bold is worth it, whatever level you're at. Try the First Steps. I think we've got like 30 people signed up already, not counting Joplin, not counting Branson. It's going to be a big event, so it's very important. I think it's going to be good for you.
Awesome.
I put the link in the chat for First Steps since it's free. And if you're wanting to do full Bold, don't forget we do have payment plan options. So if you have any questions, feel free to come to talk with the leadership about it. And then I've also put the registration link for the Business Planning Clinic in the chat as well.
I thank you, Rachel. That's awesome. I would say, honestly, sometimes a lot of it has to do with the teacher or the coach that's coming. And I would say that if you come to First Step, which is free, you can go, okay, can I learn from this guy? Is he my communication style? I would just test it out to see if he's the guy that's going to help you get your business to the next level.
And technically, Bold is free. It costs $799, but if you do the payment plan where you pay that up front and you do 2 contracts during that, the Market Center pays you back $400 each one. So you're getting paid $1 to do Bold, plus you've sold 2 homes, and the next year the average Bold person sells
63% more business, which equates to about $67,000 for a normal agent and $211,000 for a mega agent.
So I would bet on yourself, spend the $799 and bet on yourself that you're going to sell 2 homes during the 7 weeks of it.
Very cool.
Okay.
Very cool. All right. Mission moment, Mike.
Yay.
So we have a spotlight for Springfield Culture winner last week.
Oh, that's Mission Impossible.
That was actually a really good dynamic. I love that. Okay, so we had Amanda Huff.
Keep going. Dun, 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 dun. Elise Ellis. Here is why. It says she showed me some real kindness last week, and I'm constantly hearing amazing things about her. And I think Elise is even going into Lebanon this next week to a sandwich shop that Speedy was at last week.
And she's one of our ALC members who absolutely is constantly looking out, seeing who needs help, seeing who is like, basically having struggles or is doing well. She's constantly has her eye out. I love that.
So while we're talking about culture, let's bring Wim up.
Wim, come on up.
How many of you did the poll for him about 2 weeks ago?
Woo!
And how many of you want to win some free honey?
Free honey.
All right.
Okay.
Here, take my microphone.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, everybody, for filling it out. I had, I think, 58 people that filled out the questionnaire. It's for the Equity Committee. And so we have 3 winners. You do not need to be present to win, or do you?
Nope.
It's your poll.
Okay.
It's yours.
Yeah, I don't remember what I wrote 2 weeks ago. So Amanda Pemberton.
Okay.
Yay!
Woo! Amanda Pemberton.
And then Ruth Davis Letterman.
Awesome. Woo! Go Ruth.
And then Haven Lafferty.
Oh,
Haven.
Haven Lafferty.
Lafferty.
Haven Lafferty.
Yep. Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Well, we've got some honey for you. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Wham. That's another amazing ALC member giving back to our agents. So cool.
I would
Thank you,
assume
Wham.
if you did not win the honey, that you could probably get some from Win. Buy or sell a house.
Buy or
You said
sell
you'll
a
get
house.
some
I like
for free.
it. I like it.
Okay, vendor guide.
All right, we have vendors here and anybody online that would like to jump in.
Jessica's back there real quick.
Hi guys, we're here to help you guys with any insurance needs. Awesome.
Jessica, insurance, amazing, extraordinaire.
And I doubt if that connected all the way. Yell again. No, don't. Jessica Bowman's here from Bowman Insurance. And anybody online?
Adam McGrath, insurance agent with Liberty Mutual.
Awesome.
Awesome. And then next week, I think it is, we've got a new HSA rep who's going to go through some of the stuff that's going on there. So we should hear from them again also, correct?
That is correct. October 5th,
Correct.
they'll be talking about their new special
Perfect.
that they have coming up.
Next team meeting's October. Isn't that
What?
crazy?
That's insane. Don't say that out loud again. That's weird. Okay. Broker moment. I don't think we have either broker in the meeting on present. Anybody online? Jim or Don? Okay.
Okay, they say know your contracts, know what you're writing.
That's
Don't practice law. Okay, brokers or slides from the Board of Realtors. This next one, I think you all should go to.
yes, one.
Tax laws. This is incredible. They will try and sell you to do their tax things at the end of it, but just go look into it. It's a lot of great info, and it's going to be limited seating. So make sure you get signed up on that. You should have gotten the link on it on Sunday in the email.
And yeah, speaking of filing extensions, right? Figure out your
Yes.
taxes. How about that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Or how to pay less.
Okay.
RHP auction, realtors helping people. Did you all know we have a group of realtors? It's called RHP, and it helps with people. The goal is to keep people in their homes. So in other words, people who are like having problems with, like say they've suddenly got into a wheelchair and they need ramps. RHP last year, I think, did 40 or 50 ramps for people. They're doing things to keep people in homes, and it's a great group that's part of our board.
I think it's interesting the way that you say that. Basically allowing people to stay in their homes if they want to continue to live
Exactly.
independently. Wouldn't that be a better?
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah. And so there's a big auction each year for it. There's a lot of cool things on it. It is, and this year it's at our new partner, which is I've gone blank on the new. It'll be there.
Oh, next.
I can't, no, go back real
Oh.
quick. I just saw it. Empower Abilities. I knew I'd find it on there. So that's our new sponsor to help with the building of the ramps, helping people. It's a lot of good things to help people with their homes when they have trouble. So that auction is going to be fantastic. It's a lot of fun each year.
I love that. That's really, really cool. I think this is the first time I've actually heard of this RHP.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. And boom, save the date.
Pauline in here. You want to talk about it real quick? Okay.
Buy your tickets, she says. Buy your tickets.
This is going to be another cool event. It's at the Frisco building, which is off of Chestnut. If you haven't been in there, it's an amazing facility.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yep.
And so 2021 Leadership Academy.
Yes.
Several people have come in and said that they're going for that.
And we have multiple people applying for this year's Leadership Academy. So I'm hoping we have a bunch of KW in there.
Very cool. Okay.
Okay, so usually the third week of the month is when we focus on numbers, but because of our bold launch, we push things back a little bit. So today we're hitting the numbers of the month to let you know how things are looking around.
All right.
here.
So you might be able to read this easier if you're online, but we're going to go down from here, Mike, and we're going to
Okay.
walk through the GSBOR, basically things that you can track called the language of real estate, the LOR, LOR, like the language of real estate. And we've got the month / year and month / year. We got the change over time and then the percent change. So what we have here is closed units. Let's say in the entire GSBOR, we had 13,336. And in the month of January through August, 12,154. And that's 1,182 difference. So that's more than the previous. And
Tim, before you go on, why is this important?
yes,
Because when you go on a listing appointment and they say, why should I choose you over somebody, any other realtor? Look at how we compare.
this is super cool because the percent change is 9.73%, which is great. Say awesome.
Awesome.
Okay. And then you got Springfield Market Center. So this is us in direct comparison, same exact category, closed units, 3,872 versus 3,335, which is plus about 537 difference, which is 16.1% difference. So our office, when we directly compare each one of these categories, I think we actually beat every single category, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So literally closed volume, the GSBOR is up 30%. We're up 37.9. So we're up almost 38%. Isn't that cool? Okay, and then we've got listings taken. They are up, or they're actually down -3.2%. We are still like them, down 3.1%. So less down by a little bit less. All right, and then we've got listings taken volume. They're up 12.71%. We are listings taken, boom, there it is, listing taken volume. So 9.7. So that's, I think, the only one that we aren't over theirs.
So we
And
can
then-
get there.
Yeah, so listing volume, they are up 9.73. And I mean, we're technically in this factor, right? But our office is up, there it is, 12.7 right there. So then we've got listings sold volume. The GSBR is up 30%. We're up almost 35%. Very cool. And then contracts written up 3.52%.
Look at this one.
This one's insane. We are up 15.7% in our contracts
And that
written.
doesn't mean written, that means accepted.
That means accepted.
Not because
accepted
what
contracts.
this year was like.
And then the contracts written volume, they are up 22.12. We are up almost 40%, so 38%.
So Rachel deals with the numbers on a daily basis. So Rachel, throw in your ahas and what you see as you look through all these things.
So what's crazy to look at this, when we look at the GSBOR, our numbers are also encompassed into those numbers. And so we're giving a snapshot of our market center to say, okay, out of the whole Tri-County area, this is where our market center is at. And so when we're looking at the percentage change, I mean, when we've talked about contracts written specifically, not even the volume, seeing that big of a jump, we have really carried the market in that factor of looking at that increase. Obviously, we know the volume is continuing to increase. Everybody has seen that. The biggest thing that we're looking at is how many listings are we taking? So we can see that there is a drop in that. So what kind of training do we need to bring to the market center to help our agents feel more comfortable in going out and getting the listings? Because we know the people that have the listings control the market. And so if you guys have any suggestions, we would love to bring listing training to you so we can provide this value. And so from the listings taken to the listings sold, if there is a big significance and a difference, then we're looking at, are we pricing it correctly? So do we need to have pricing conversations? Because if it's been on the market for more than a week, do a lot of you know how to handle that or what those conversations look like to your clients? So really great numbers. And obviously we know with a listing shortage that we would be a little bit dropping down in that, but that is going to be our main focus. And that is why bold is so important. Going into the fourth quarter in this season, you really need to get into bold so you can learn the scripts and how to have those conversations to go out and get more listings. So your first quarter in 2022 is already set up and you're already doing those activities.
Man, knowing your numbers is like being a talented person because talent seeks reality, Mike. We were just talking about this before. Yep. And how do we know what reality is unless we know our numbers, right, Rachel? I mean, this is literally us having the wisdom to be able to guide our clients, to be able to know what our current market is. And I had to point out my shirt, actually.
Wearing the listings
I'm wearing the listings shirt today because it's all about listings. He or she who controls the listings controls the market.
And I will almost guarantee you that next month, this listings taken on the GSBR is going to be down. I'm serious. This is the time when people start going, oh, I've had a great year. This is the slow season. And so they're going to put the brakes on. And this is where in fact, I was talking with Adam Grady one time. He said the main way they built was in fourth quarter. When everybody else is slowing down, going, oh, it's holiday season. No, I've got this, I've got that. It's been a great summer. That's where they went full speed ahead. So that's why we want you all to plug in as much as possible. Learn now. Go aggressive because other people are not.
It's so true. And honestly, what they used to call this, and honestly, we have so many new people, they probably haven't heard it said this way, but that is that you take territory in these times. When other people slow down and you progress, you're actually taking territory, they call it, from our competition. And when you take territory, you actually never relinquish that. They can't get it back, or they have a harder time ever getting back up to where they were if we are being on it at that time.
So let me ask a question. Show of hands, and those of you online too. How many of you are on track to reach your goals for 2021? Okay. How many people did not make goals for 2021?
Ooh.
A time of honesty. Okay, that's the other thing. You don't know if you're winning. If I loved upward basketball, but you know what? If you don't know what that is, that's where kids play and they don't keep score. But guess what? Everybody keeps score.
That's right. Everybody keeps score. You got to
keep score. You got to know where you're at. So that's where the business conference clinic, and it sounds like we're preaching the same things over and over. This will set you up for the end of this year and next year.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I love the way Rachel said it. We're carrying a lot of these numbers up here. These numbers are factoring in a 40% increase in contracts written volume. So if we weren't even in here, how much lower the average agents are, the average agents are at different brokerages aren't even slightly as productive as ours are, which is so, I mean, it's proven models.
Exactly.
One of the most interesting questions or comments I've ever heard somebody say to us as a market center, especially, is what if you're losing so slowly that you think you're winning?
Mhm.
So where are you at now where you think that you're potentially winning at, where you could dial down on your activities and then propel yourself forward? And last year is a different year than what we've seen from this year. Last year was one like any other, to where the season extended. So when normally the back to school was like August, we saw it into September and October, and we're not seeing that this year. So for some people, this may be new. So just really getting focused into bold and the business planning to get a really clear understanding of how you're going to finish out fourth quarter and where you're going to start 2022 at.
Fantastic. No, really well said.
And we were talking Monday in the meeting, or the class that Dan teaches, how a person who sells 8 to 12 houses a year, that's 2.5 million in sales, which sounds like a lot, but after taxes and cost, that person is netting about $12,000. And that's kind of shocking to think you sold that much and it's not there. We got to help you get, and the only way to fix it, sell more homes.
That's right.
You know, that's as Doug says, at some point somebody's got to sell the dang home.
That's exactly right.
And these two things will help you get that going.
Well, and look at what these numbers are looking like for, I mean, we haven't even put up the new version of what this month's additional numbers will be. Oh, no.
Yeah, this is the end of August. This is August 31.
End of August, right. Well, I mean, I'm saying, but yes. Okay.
So how many of you saw the videos of another company in town that just hit $1 billion in sales last month? Anybody see that?
Yes, I saw.
No, nobody did. Good. Guess what? We're going to hit it this month. Last year, we were like $1 billion in sales by the end
For
of
the
the year.
first time ever, it reached in an entire year.
And we're probably already there. We'll know for sure by the end of October, but we're there with a lot less agents,
Yes.
which is amazing to me.
And I wanted to touch on one of the other cool numbers for the end of August after we finish for transmittal. So at the end of August, we have profited $327,000 back to our agents from January to August of this year. We are on pace to hit over $500,000 given back to our agents, which will be the first time our market center has ever accomplished that. And that speaks a lot bigger volumes than it does the volume itself, right? Because the volume is, we've seen the market, we've seen these prices inflate, but actually giving back over 500,000 back to our agents, that's making a difference in their lives.
That's so impressive. I mean, I remember learning that there were offices, because not every Keller Williams office is able to do that, Mike.
Yeah.
That's a very rare thing. And so for us to be one of those that profit shares over $500,000 a year back to our agents, that is just so incredible.
So Rachel, how could someone get involved in getting profit share?
Tell them about why you love KW. Just simply sharing the value that KW has brought to your life and the power of the culture of productivity that we have at our office. Being at KW, what if that helps you sell 2 more houses compared to any other brokerage? What has that done for your life? So the power of the training that we're able to bring to our agents, not just here at a local level, but at a regional and national level, most companies cannot experience that. So invite them to business planning, invite them to any other training we have coming on, invite them to Bold, show them what the power of Keller Williams can do to change their lives, and you can receive profit share that way. So next stop, once we hit our 500,000, our next goal is $1 million. Because how cool would that be if we could give $1 million back to our agents?
Because only, I think it's about 36 or 35% of our agents actually have a downline, Mike. And they're not, that means a huge portion of our agents are not experiencing what a profit sharing is.
And seriously, anything we do, it's open for all agents. If you want to bring somebody into team meetings just to show them kind of the goofiness that goes on up here, they're welcome anytime.
As long as they won't be offended by Mike's silliness.
That's right.
That's right.
Goofiness on this side, seriousness over there.
Okay. But maybe they want to know their numbers, Mike.
Yeah, you can track yourself. So what we were just showing was our market center. And I think a lot of you screenshotted this last month.
This is so good. You guys, you want to go on here. You want to see what your multi-year trends are. If you've been in the business for more than 2-3 years, this is one of those incredible tools that allows for you to have all of your numbers so you can actually track. You can't change what you don't track, Mike.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, I went through Rachel's Know Your Numbers class yesterday, and I have my Excel sheets back to 2007 showing every year and how it's grown, how to do the changes. But by knowing what's gone on in the history, you can know how to predict for the future.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
And Mike, what I loved in that class, you've been in the business for a while, which can resonate with a lot of our agents as well, how you're using Olympic judging. Is that correct? Yes. Where you take the highs and the lows, cancel those out, and then take the average of the other 3 for the last 5 years of data.
So, yeah. So what she's saying, when I do my goal setting for each year, and this comes from another industry I was in where I worked for a music store. And if you sold a bunch of stuff one year, like a whole drum line to a school, it's like, great. Now I got to match that next year. And it makes you go, dang, I don't want to do that anymore. So I do what's called Olympic budgeting. I take my last 5 years and just like an Olympic judge or Olympic scoring, they throw out the high and the low, take the 3 middle ones, and then I add 10% to that. And that's kind of how I've done it for now. It's all skewed because, you know, everything's changed with the team and me being separate. But that's a way to safely predict what you can do in the future without, you know, letting some kind of strange factor throw into it.
Right. There are a lot of people that when they think that they don't hit their goal, it's like devastating to them.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like what we learned in a Quantum Leap, you set a big goal because of it's going to create the bigger actions and the bigger habits so that you, even if you didn't hit the big goal, if you set a small goal, you technically wouldn't even probably do as much as you did if you set the big goal.
And that's just how different people do it.
It's true.
So, and any of my numbers, my spreadsheets, I'm an Excel geek. So is Tim. We both love doing that kind of stuff. We'll help you show how to set your stuff up too.
I'm still working on Mike to transfer him over to Google Docs on that one because a Google Sheet, it's almost there. It's almost as good as Excel.
Google is a good copy of something else.
And we are in the fourth quarter.
That's right.
We are on the fourth quarter. I love this. Like,
yeah.
boom.
How many of you ever see a football team and the fourth quarter hits, the whole crowd is going 4 because they know they've trained for the fourth quarter. I don't like Alabama that much, but this is the only one I could find.
Okay.
But this is the quarter where winners are made.
That's right.
So this is why you've got to jump in on these things. So
which is why we have our how can we make our numbers even better?
You made bold purple on
I
there for me. How
I
nice.
did, you know. And he's got his bold shirt on, and I've got my listing shirt on. I think there's a focus today.
It is.
Bold and focus on listings. There we go. And
you want to make sure you get registered for business planning clinic as soon as possible because there is some free coursework that you have to do before the actual clinic. So make sure you get registered so Nicole can send you those materials. So when you come to business planning clinic, you're already prepared and you have an idea of what your numbers are going to be.
And how many hundreds of dollars is the business planning clinic again, Rachel?
0. And
oh, that's right. It's free.
And that was actually the first class we had in this room last year, if you all remember it. Those of you were here. It was facing that way.
It was our
we
first.
Were on the rolling TVs.
I remember.
Set up.
We didn't even have these tables yet.
And this year for business planning, we're taking a little bit of a different twist. So we're actually going to have a rainmaker and more of an ops side person giving different perspectives. So even if you're not an agent and you're on the operations side of the team, this would still be beneficial for you to come so you can see from an agent perspective and the agent can see from your perspective as well.
Fantastic.
So let's make your fourth quarter strong and let's set you up for 2022.
Here is a quick, if you haven't signed up yet, this is the QR codes you need from the flyer. And if you want to take a screenshot of that really quick, go right ahead. You can send that out.
And definitely try and get to at least the first step. And you'll notice the dates on bold are not consecutive because of Thanksgiving and a couple different things. So it's 7 weeks spread over a longer time.
If you include first step.
In other words, you're not in a classroom. You got time to go do business too.
That's right.
It's working out great. And it only goes from, 9 to 2:30. So it's kid friendly for dropping off at school, for meeting clients, and you can still get it all done.
So good. So good.
And lunch is provided every day.
And there is very little traffic in the extra mile, Mike.
Exactly.
Oh, it's such a good quote for today.
So
here we are at the end. This
quarter,
is when the extra mile
we're
happens.
gonna be preaching fourth quarter for the fourth quarter.
And and we got Tech Tuesday with Dan Trickell, who's coming up.
Here he comes.
And he's got something to say. It looks very important.
You know why everybody's
It's not often that Dan will come up at the meeting.
You know why everybody's so
Say
subdued today? They were all out celebrating the Cowboys' win last night.
Oh, wow.
I see them nodding. There's my people.
One, Mike, one.
Nice.
Okay.
So a lot of folks have been reaching out to me about one thing in particular, so I figured I'd just make a quick announcement about it. So in DocuSign, have any of you tried to open up a form and seen the word sample written across it?
Yes.
Yes. So that is happening when you do not have anything filled in to any of the fields in that form. It's kind of like a weird security thing through DocuSign. It's not like a glitch. It's supposed to happen. So my suggestion is to just kind of like fill in one of the fields with a space or maybe like an underscore or something. And then the sample should go away. And then you can download it, print it out, send it out, whatever you need to do.
Is that to encourage people to actually get the input or the info put in?
I think it has more to do with like a security thing in DocuSign where they don't want blank forms to just be sent out for
Got
some
it.
reason. So as long as you're filling something into at least one of the fields, samples should disappear and you should be good to go. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Cool.
Never mind. Okay. Cool. Well, this is the end of the team meeting. It's 10:06. It's perfect timing.
Yes.
We've got Tech Tuesday right after this. So if you want to ask the master and get good on something like smart plans, this is the time to do it.
Thank you all for hopping on. Hopefully this helps you get ready to set up for the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter for listings and
Bold.
it's a business planning clinic.
Business planning
Okay.
clinic too.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
And now we dance.